Hello and welcome back. Thanks for clicking on my face and checking out my channel. If you're a subscriber, thanks. I love you. And if you're not a subscriber, click subscribe so I can love you too. My love is conditional. We're back for the final episode of the season for Walking Dead Dead City. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, and I'm a blind film critic. So I'm a blind person recapping The Walking Dead. This is going to be real fun. Uh, Obviously, I've been doing this the whole season. I've watched every episode of the main series, and now I'm into the flagship. I did give up on Fear the Walking Dead. I'm sorry. I just, after a while, even Morgan couldn't save that show. It's just, I don't know what anyway. Um, yeah, none of these shows have audio description. So, loving a franchise that doesn't love me back, just because I lost my vision and I can't see the series anymore, really sucks. I made it about to the point where Rick left the show in the original Walking Dead before losing my vision, and so I had a pretty good basis, and I refused to give up on this franchise. And I love these characters. I love Maggie and Negan. I love the complexity of putting them together and sending them off into the world. And I think they have good banter. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think he's fantastic as Negan, and absolutely deserved an Emmy nomination just at some point in his run as Negan. I'm just very, very disappointed that never happened for him. Here, he again gets to continue to add more layers to Negan, this terrible guy that we were introduced to who bashed two people's heads in and caused a lot of people to stop watching The Walking Dead. He now is off in New York, and we are at the season finale already. Only 6 episodes, which is so weird. Like, did you not have enough faith that this spinoff would work? Why is this 6 episodes? I guess I can't be too upset because Secret Invasion is 6 episodes also. So this is why people are striking, because they keep shooting shit that doesn't have, they're committing all their time and money to these shows and they're barely getting the episodes. So, yeah, it's a nice episode. We have Negan, who finally runs into his little formerly nonverbal girl, and I think her name is Jenny now. So she's Jenny from the block, and he's like, "Why are you here?" Like, I was questioning that too. I was like, where does she, didn't he leave her? What? How is she in the city? Like, what? Anyway, so of course he has to tell her some hard truth, even as she starts to kind of talk to him, and she's like, I want you to, and Negan's like, I killed your father. Of course, turns out her father was part of that group that sexually assaulted / raped his wife. He didn't tell her that part. I'm sorry, dude. Your dad was a dirtbag. But I guess somewhere in that conversation, one of them mentioned that he was a father of a girl, and the girl didn't have anyone else to look after her, so he went and got this Jenny, and that's why he's taking care of her. Is because he's not a bad guy anymore. It's funny what happens at the end of the series is that at the end of the season, is that, the boss, the queen, I don't know, she doesn't have a name. The funny thing about that is the executive producer gave her a name, but the name was relative to the title of the episode, which was, he says, is like based on a Croatian phrase. So I don't think her name is Croatian, because she doesn't speak Croatian like the Croat does. Anyway, I don't know what her name is, but I'm gonna just call her the Queen. She's a queen in New York right now. In that interaction, she thinks the biggest threat to Negan's warm heart / bat smashing is the fact that he feels guilty about Maggie. It's like, how about the fact that he hauled a child like across, and found her a home. Like he was willing to protect his kid. Like he's, I mean, like the stuff that she doesn't know about Negan is just mind blowing. Anyway, so Abercrombie, uh, decides, he's like, I'll take her, I'll get her out of here. And Negan tells her to go with this guy, and that he's good people, and of course that means that Negan doesn't get arrested. And Abercrombie, we see later on, is spinning some yarn about how he killed Negan, how he got into a boat and he shot at Negan. I'd have been like, bro, there are zombies. Why didn't you say you shot at Negan and then like a horde got up on him and started tearing at his flesh? So you were like, man, not about this body recovery thing. I just, that's what I would have done. I would have been like, I shot him and there were zombies and he couldn't get out of there. And I watched the zombies. They ripped the flesh from his skin and he was screaming. And those screams will haunt my dreams forever. And then this woman who's like, it's a shame that we didn't get to kill him in a different fashion. Because remember they wanted to like hang people upside down and then like cut them down the middle. And I was like, did every sheriff get to see Bone Tomahawk or something before the universe ended? Like what the fuck? So yeah, it's the sheriff is like, you just shot him, that's it, that's all he gets. And then she starts talking about this cigar, and I guess the dude reeks of something, because she's like, tell me about the methane. And I'm like, how the fuck does she know about methane? And these are times when it's like, if you're thinking to yourself as a sighted person, you're like, I watched this episode, I totally understand that. It was because of this and this thing that you saw in the background. I don't really get that, because I need audio description. I either need somebody to actually verbally say it, or I needed an audio description. I do not know why this guy suddenly made her think about methane. I don't get it. But whatever. So Aberforth is soaked in methane or something, I don't know. And these evil cops, they want some corn or methane or something. I don't know. They're really not interesting. He was barely interesting as a character, and I just really cannot be bothered by this storyline. 6 episodes was not enough to get me interested in him. So I know she's like, the lead sheriff down there mentions that Abernathy, which is his actual name, has a family, but like menacingly, it does nothing for me. I really don't care if those characters if we just stopped communicating with them and they just didn't come back for the second season, I wouldn't care. All right, so back in Dead City, Negan and Maggie are, I don't know, working towards a solution, and all of a sudden Maggie just attacks Negan. I guess her plan is to turn in Negan to the Croad, and hand him over in exchange. Like that was the plan all along or something. I don't know. Like they made some sort of deal, Negan for Herschel, and yeah. Well, that's kind of what happens. Even though Negan has an opportunity, he ends up winning the fight with Maggie, and he's got a knife to Maggie's throat, which you're wondering, how does he know that? Well, again, because the EP said it in the end. It's good to have an AMC Plus subscription, because it means I get the after episode with the EP, whereas I think if I was watching this on AMC, if I was watching this on demand, I definitely wouldn't get this, but if I was watching it linear, like live, I would probably just follow it with Talking Dead, and maybe they would say stuff. Does Talking Dead run after this? I don't even know. So, yeah, and he's like, it's never going to be good enough for you, which is true. This is never going to be good enough. She will always see Glenn when she sees Negan, so it's just, she just cannot get past that. And it's something that after all of this transpires, when she has Herschel back, he calls her out on it. He's like, you don't even see me. You just see Negan. Like, it's all you see. You just see Negan all the time. You're always looking over my shoulder, looking for Negan. And it's just... First of all, he's a whiny baby. I mean, we've turned Herschel into the least likable character in the Walking Dead universe that we're supposed to like. Do you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be a survivor. He's in like Eugene territory back when we found out Eugene had been lying the whole time, and then we were like, okay, why is this guy still alive? You know what I'm saying? He's like, I wasn't really a scientist. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do. It's like he doesn't. And Abraham spent that whole time protecting him, and you remember like that moment when you felt you're like, okay, we can get rid of this guy now. He's expendable. But then Eugene makes it through the entire series, so it's kind of like that. This was a moment for Herschel where I was like, oh god, can he just crawl under a dumpster, please? And then we can just can he just. Oh, Herschel. What a waste. What a waste. If Glenn were here, he'd just look. I think he's a non-violent. You know, he's a hugs not bombs type of person or whatever. Love not hate. But I think he'd slap his kid. I think he'd be like, "You are such a pain in the ass." I also found it really weird that later on, when Negan gets into the room with the Queen. And she takes him into the room, which, yes, in the audio description, I had no idea what was in that room. I had no idea. It was just like the music was building. It was like, dun, dun, dun. I was like, what is she doing? Like cutting people's faces off or something? I don't, like, what is happening in this room? I was like, is there somebody in here? Is there like an original cast member that she's captured? You know, I mean, that would be dope if it was, I mean, we already had one of the saviors that guest starred. That'd be cool if they found somebody else from the past. Maybe we could get, is Dwight still alive in Fear the Walking? Maybe it could be Dwight. You know, he just suddenly appears back in the frame. He comes back into another series. He's series hopping all over the place. He's in. I'm in Dead City now. It's in Fear. Now I'm in Dead City. I don't know. I'm getting good work. Austin Emilio. You know. Sadly, no, there's a fucking toe. There's a room full of a toe, I guess. She goes to a room and opens it up, and there's a toe. That's what I got from that. From that in the EP. I did not know what that was with audio description. I don't think that the toe doesn't necessarily like changed my mind. And the thing was because Herschel doesn't bring it up. Herschel's not like, man, my foot fucking hurts. You know. He's not like, he's like, oh, it would have been safer back there. And I was like, oh, they treated you nice? And, okay. Well, chances are if they're cutting off your body parts, you wouldn't be safer back there. Just food for thought, Herschel. Just a little tidbit. So either that's not Herschel's toe, and that's why he's not complaining about it, or, you know, I mean, these two things are either just bad writing or one of these things can't be true, because this kid is a whiny bitch. They turned Herschel into there's no way that guy would not have said something about his toe in his conversations with Maggie, or whined about his feet hurting or how he couldn't walk, even if he didn't directly point to his feet. You know what I'm saying? Even if we were saving the toe reveal, Herschel would have been like, I can't walk. I don't want to walk anymore. I'm a sad emo teen in the zombie apocalypse. My life is hard. And yeah, he would have just given up. I don't know. I'm just so disappointed with the evolution of this character. I feel like Judith would turn around and be like, bitch, do you know what I've been through? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is your problem? Like, if the two of them were still friends, she should be like, what is your problem? Anyway, she's like, my parents are dead. Like, you still have one. My substitute parents are missing. Like, what's going on with you? I mean, literally, Judith is the product of what, Shane and Rick's wife from, I can't, I'm off the top of my head. I'm in the middle of the moment here. From like from the original, and then like as a baby, and then like, so they've been dead for a long time. Like her original parents have been gone for like ancient amounts of time in this universe, and then her dad, Rick takes her in, and he's like, all right, well, I'll be her dad. Even though it's Shane's baby, I'll take care of her. Okay, well, so then then Rick is hooking up with Michonne, and so she's got Rick and Michonne as parents. Then Rick leaves, and then she's got Michonne, and then Michonne and Daryl have a thing, and then Michonne and Daryl leave the series. So like Judith has lost so many fucking parent figures in her life, and this kid is just like the worst written character in the Walking Dead universe. Like he's like, I lost one parent, and my mom won't let the killer go free. My life is terrible. It's like, fuck you, fuck this kid. Just kill him off. I don't care anymore. Really don't care what happens to Herschel. The comparisons between those two kids and what they've gone through in the zombie apocalypse, ridiculous. Like, Judith has learned to kill people. Like, I don't know what Herschel does. But yeah, the Queen wants Negan to run the world, basically. But she has to make sure that she gets the old Negan and not the new Negan. Well, lady, what you gotta do is you gotta go and you gotta make a Lucille for him. I don't know if that happened. It wasn't mentioned in the EP thing. But the most epic fucking thing that I would have done if I was a showrunner for the show is handed him a fucking bat wrapped in barbed wire and been like, here you go. I hear you need this. And just seen his reaction. Or like the whole outfit. Does he still have his outfit? The original? Like, get him, be like, Croat described, so we got you. I mean, they talk about these stores that they have, these Macy's and everything that's over there. So maybe they sent a team into Macy's to get him a leather jacket that he was missing for his outfit. So bring back the old Negan. You don't need to show him a toe. You just need to give him a bat. Remind him of Lucille. And pull him back that way. Anyway, I had a lot of thoughts about the finale, obviously. Most of them are that I hate Herschel, but some of them are I'm excited for the second season. This shit got renewed. I had a feeling it was either going to be a limited series or it was going to get renewed. There's no way that this thing was going to be one, like, where they were going to, Dead City got canceled after one season. Not after World Beyond got 2 seasons. My initial reaction was, if World Beyond can have 2 seasons, any of these shows should have at least 3. All these spin-offs. Bare minimum 3 seasons. Even if the ratings are poor, they need to get past World Beyond, because World Beyond was like the CW version of The Walking Dead. Not great. That's my least favorite Walking Dead show. Tales is hit and miss. Tales of the Walking Dead is hit and miss. It depends, because it's the way that the episodes work. The one with Anthony Edwards, I remember, was pretty interesting, but not all of them are the same. Not all episodes are created equal. The one where everybody speaks French or something, that one was pretty cool too. Anyway, we're done. Dead City for the season. It would be nice if AMC Plus embraced audio description at some point for these series. We got Daryl Dixon coming up. I have a feeling I'm going to be recapping that show without audio description. So have fun. I'm going to be the only blind person on YouTube recapping Walking Dead series. I can say that and feel absolutely certain that I'm the only one doing that. So I don't think there's anybody else. It's just me. But my point is to try to bring awareness to the fact that blind people like to watch TV too. And we do like shows like this. And it is sometimes really confusing for me to follow a show and follow the plot points. This episode wasn't too bad. Um, I hit most of the main plot points. It didn't seem like there was anything that was super based around zombies. I don't know what the hell happened to the people that Maggie was wandering around with. We just seemed to abandon them. That was more of an episode 5 thing. And on episode 5, if you guys were here last week, I did call that episode unwatchable. So, mainly because it ended with like 5 to 7 minutes of just zombie growling and no dialogue. So, yeah, we're here now, and I really want to give this a grade. It's the season finale, and I have a lot of thoughts about this series. So, I'm gonna go with The Walking Dead: Dead City. I'm gonna give it a B+. It's still a show that rides hard on characters that were created in the original universe, and the fact that they were already great when they came into the show. So the fact that Negan and Maggie are taking up so much screen time actually benefits this series and this episode. So they're pulling it along. It does need better writers, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll get it. We're not in Fear the Walking Dead territory yet, but anyway, those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and join me again when Dead City Season 2 comes. God knows when, because of the actors' strike. You know they're not shooting Season 2, and I would assume they don't have quick turnaround times on these shows. So I don't know how soon they need to start shooting for Dead City to be able to make a next summer run. Anyway, but I'll be here regardless, whenever it is. So click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the other side.